Welcome to the story of walking in the light. The first time Asha saw the light, she was only 6. She had wandered from the path during a family picnic in the hills. The forest was thick and green, full of strange rustles and shadows. Just as fear began to creep into her chest, she saw a narrow golden path glowing faintly through the trees, warm like morning sunshine. Drawn to it, she walked along the trail. Every step felt soft, like walking on sunlight. She wasn't scared anymore. Birds sang gently, leaves rustled with kindness, and the light led her straight back to the open field where her parents were calling her name. That moment stayed in her memory, like a dream too real to forget. Over the years, Asha would often close her eyes and try to remember what it felt like walking in the light. As she grew, life became heavier. Her teenage years were filled with noise and pressure. Her father lost his job. Her mother grew quiet. Her once joyful home turned into a house of whispers and tension. She no longer believed in magic trails of light. Years passed. Asha graduated, moved to the city, and became a nurse. She saw people at their most fragile: grief, fear, and sometimes hope. She tried to be strong, but it wore her down. Night after night, she walked home under streetlights that felt cold and distant. One winter evening, Asha was walking through the park after a long shift. Her shoulders ached, her heart was heavy, and snow fell like silence around her. She sat on a bench, tears stinging her eyes. Everything felt dark inside. "I'm so tired," she whispered. That's when she saw it. Not far from her bench, between the snowy trees, a soft golden shimmer flickered. She blinked, thinking it was the street lamp, but no, it was moving. A path of light? Her breath caught. It looked just like it had when she was 6. She stood up slowly, heart racing, unsure if it was real or just her mind playing tricks. But her feet moved anyway, and she followed. As she stepped onto the glowing trail, the world grew quiet. The cold faded. The light surrounded her, not blinding, but warm and safe. It curved gently through the trees, leading her forward. She heard laughter, soft, familiar. Her mother's voice, calling her name as if from a long time ago. Her father's whistle, her own giggle as a child. The light didn't just show the way. It showed memories, pieces of herself she'd lost in the darkness of growing up. The girl who believed, the girl who cared, the girl who dreamed. At the end of the trail, there was a clearing, lit like morning. Asha stood there for a long time, letting the warmth soak into her skin, her bones, her spirit. She didn't need answers. She just needed this moment. And then the light began to fade, gently. When it was gone, Asha found herself back on the park path. The snow still fell. The bench was still there, but everything felt different. She walked home with a new strength in her steps, not because the world had changed, but because she had remembered who she was. From that day on, Asha looked for the light, not always in glowing paths or magical trails, but in people, in quiet moments, in acts of kindness. She saw it in her patient's smiles, in the way a child reached for her mother's hand, in the sunrise after a long night. Years later, when Asha was old and her hair silver, like starlight, children would ask her, "Is it true? The story about the light in the woods?" And she would smile and say, "Yes." But the real magic isn't just in the light you see. It's in walking forward even when the path isn't clear, because sometimes the light finds you. The end.